Hi everyone, it's Dash Dave here and I'm back for another crafty video. So this is not going to be a really long video because I've just done a haul video which I hope you have just watched, and I promised you I'd be back in a few minutes, and like I'm literally back now, which is for me a few minutes later. For you it should just follow on. Well, it depends on whether you're watching it or not. Or you watch the other one, you know, otherwise you won't have a clue what I'm talking about. So, and if you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, then join the club because the rest of the world tend not to. So I'm going to do a bit of crafty thing. Now there's something I wanted to get done that I've been meaning to do, and it's to do with the Jubilee Journal. Okay, so I'll show you where I am with the Jubilee Journal. So I'm making the cover. This I know when I was about to say I've made the cover, but you were going to be like, what? That's the cover? So no, I've used a bit of I've used a bit of Amazon Amazon packaging to make this. Now, what I did was, this was one of those bags, you know, like the really thick bags that you get these days with things in. It was to here, and it got like I'd flattened out the gusseted end. I know none of you like that. And then what I did was the bit that I'd cut off the widthways, I stuck on the end there, and then basically this was the bit that was left. So this is the bit. So this is part of this bit here, and literally I just folded it over and stuck it in on the end. And so this is going to be my journal. So these are all my measurements. So we're going to have a score line here, and then this is going to be the spine, and there's going to be a score line here, and then this is going to be scored again, and then this is going to score, and then this will be the wrap over. So it will go like this. Okay, so I am going to cover this in that fabric that I was going to cover it in, which is eluding me at the moment. It's here, but what I'm going to do is I want to have it this way round. Now, because it's not long enough, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join it. So I'm not going to worry about it being sewn together. I'm not going to join this edge. Actually, I'm going to join this edge, and I'm just going to have it a little bit overlapping. I don't want it to have too much of a texture on it. So, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this bit up anyway. I think I'll probably have a bit of a strip of ribbon or something down it. You know, some of my Union Jack ribbon or something like that to cover the join, and then it will. This is going to be cut in half, obviously. So, so these will then fold in, and then they'll be covered. Each of the panels that you're going to see, it will be covered over. So that's what I'm going to do with that. But there's something else I want to do, and I wanted to make this stamp. Now I cut this out on my Cricut, and I will just say it is a Cricut. I have to. Brian winds me up. He keeps saying cry cut, and he knows that it's a Cricut, but he keeps saying it because other people say it's cry cut, and it's actually wrong, because the little logo is a picture of a cricket. It's the C with two little antennae to make it a cricket, and then people say cry cut. Anyway, off my bandwagon, I said I was going to be true to myself. I needed to get that out and tell you that that's how I feel about that. So I cut this out on the Cricut, and this was an image that I got, and I just edited it so that I could turn it into a cut file. And this is what we're going to get. So by using this image, we're going to get the look of the queen. But it's going to go on this, which is the little stamp. So you know I like making stamps. So it's going to go on here with it's got this backing that all should line up, if it's the right way up. Might not be the right way up. Maybe it's that way up. It will line up. Line up. It's exactly the same cut file, so it shouldn't actually be any different. Yeah, there you go. That one lines up. So that will go around the edge, and that will go in the middle. Now, obviously, white on white is you're not going to be able to see. So I want to paint the background. Now, I've decided I want to paint the background in. Sorry if I'm speaking too fast. I am a little bit. There's a little bit of mania going on in my life. In my head. It's just part and parcel of being autistic, so it's one of those things. So I'm going to paint this with I'd like to get it a purpley colour. So one of the things that you saw me use in, saw me show you in the haul video, and if you didn't, why not? No, I'll link the haul video in this video. Oh, there's a lot of linking to do. I'll try and link the video if I remember. So I'm going to use one of these little pots with an old film canister to mix a purple that I think looks royalish purple. You know, I wanted it to be purple rather than blue. I didn't want it to kind of blend in. I'm just going to see if I can find a kind of a swatch. So royal purple. So I'm going to see if I can kind of mix a colour that will go with this kind of thing. So it's a bit lighter than a Cadbury's purple, but so there's this colour which came from a fluorescent set. Now I'm not suggesting that the Queen is into fluorescent, but it's a fluorescent set of acrylics. They came from Aldi actually, and I thought this with a bit of blue might do. This with a bit of blue might do. I don't want to make loads of it, but equally I don't want to have to remix it. Do you know what I mean? Because you're not going to get the same colour otherwise. So, and if this turns out to be a really nice colour, I should be going back to Aldi to buy some more of this. So there's that, and then I thought if I add a bit of this to it, I might get something that I might get a mess. I might get something. I don't know why I just shook that over my phone. I thought I might get that kind of a royal purple. So I'm going to put this in here. I don't know how much to use, how much I'm going to need or whatever. I'm just going to mix it and hope for the best. I know it's very hard for you to see, but hey, I can see. It doesn't matter. It's me that's making it, so you know you're gonna have to wait. Be patient. So, oh, there you go. Mix it a bit better. That might actually be less streaky. I think that's quite a good. Blimey, that was a first timer. So, look at me mixing paint. Ever will the world come to next? So that's kind of mixed. I think that's quite a, that'll do. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to paint it on now. I know that you're going to. I don't know how thick this paint is. I know that you're going to see like kind of brush strokes in it, or whatever. But we can always apply another coat if I've made enough paint, and if I haven't, I'll just mix it again. So let's get a coat down. Now, these aren't premium paints. They came from Aldi, so what do you expect? So we'll be lucky to just get it on. But we're doing our best, aren't we, Dave? So I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to get a coat on. I guess that's probably what we need first. I think, and you know what I'll learn from this, that next time I need to mix more paint. Or actually, do you know what? I just had a sudden thought. Maybe I do already have a purple in my acrylics that would be the perfect colour. I have a feeling that I do, but I don't know. I didn't look. I just went to Aldi at night. I was in Aldi and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to buy that. I like that set. I like the idea of it being fluorescent. I don't have any fluorescent paints, so what the heck? Oh look. No, I don't think that hair came from my paintbrush. It definitely didn't come from my head. I think it might have come from my moustache, because that's the only other place, facially, by the way, that I have any hair exposed to the elements, or to the elephants. It depends on who you. Don't go exposing yourself to elephants. I don't think they're particularly happy about it if you do. Just bear with me a second while I find acrylic paints. Those aren't definitely not purple. Oh look, do you think that might be? That's the colour purple. Oh, it's the colour purple. Hang on, is that the same colour purple? Oh dear, that means that you bought the two of the same. Oh look, it says a regal purple. Now, do you think that might be the right colour? Do you think that might say something to us, or Dave? Just look in your paint. Just, it's basically we all need to audit what we've got, don't we? So if we take a bit of stock about what we currently have, we will not go out and buy things. So there we go. I'll close that up. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. We're not going to go out and buy stuff. What? That's never stopped me knowing that I've already got some. Oh, it's got a big bubble. Oh, look at that bubble. Oh, look at that one. Oh, sorry. It's gone everywhere now. Yeah. Good job, Dave. Well done. I can't wash my paintbrush out because I've got one of those one of those canister things. I'll wash my paintbrush out in one of them. I was just thinking I don't have anywhere to wash my brush out, but that's a satisfying pop, isn't it? But I'll use this. You know, when it's a black container, you can't actually see how far it's filled up, and because it's shiny on it. Oh, that's fuller than I thought it was. So just give the paintbrush a, like, watching people, like, there's nothing worse than watching paint dry. There's nothing worse than watching somebody clean their paintbrush, is there? Oh dear, now the next thing that you're going to need. It's like, it's going to be a disaster in a minute. Well, you know, if it is, it is. It is what it is. I am what I am. I am what I am. Any excuse any day. Any excuse. Any excuse. Right. I think that's sufficiently washed, which means it isn't washed. And I'm going to put the lid on it. See, that's great, putting a lid on it, because then it means I'm not going to knock it over. Well, I might knock it over, but it's not going to go over. Well, Dave, never say never. Okay, so I'm going to give this a bit of a dry, so we've got something to work from. Now, this 2-minute video clearly is now going to turn into a 5-hour video. So, because Dave's going to get all the paints out, make a mess. Well, make more of a mess. So, right. I don't know, I might pop a bit out on the mat, actually. Oh, ooh, that looks like it's a bit gloopy. It's all gone everywhere now. It might have gone slightly off, but hey. Hopefully this will go on a bit better. And looks like we might have to do a few coats, but it's got gloopy bits in it. Oh well. This is what you get for using old paint. I don't want to release more paint into the world. I've got enough, thanks. So, although we're just going to have to bought some more, so never mind. So, I know I'm not the best painter in the world, but you know, it's doing a job. It's doing a job. That's all that matters. And maybe it would have looked better if I'd keyed it or something. No, it's not what you do to a car. He wrecks his car. Key it. No, I've never done that. I will just say, say that out loud. I've never done that. He says hastily. Oh, Dave, dig yourself out of trouble. Or not. Oh, no. Oh, that's torn it. Well, it hasn't torn it, but it's definitely got it all gloopy. I don't know why I'm bothering going right to the edge, because I'm going to put a white border around it, but oh well. Now, this is where I say that famous last words of you live and learn, and knowing full well that you all know that I don't live or learn. Well, I live, obviously, but I don't learn. I am alive. I am alive. I am alive, aren't I? Oh, don't dip it into the gloopy bit, do you? Now, it might not have the best, you know, what's that? Finish. No. Yeah, you know, it's a bit patchy. But, you know, I did it. It's mine. I like it. I don't like it, but like, I'm going to tell you guys I like it. Well, no, because I've just obviously just said I don't like it. So, oh, Dave, I'm heating your mat again. You're making your mat swell. Well, that's swell, isn't it? So, shut up, Dave. Dave, shut up. I'm not sorry. I'm just me, but like, I am what I am. I am my own special creation. I deal my own deck. No. I am what I can only remember it if I sing it. I'm sorry. What I am needs no excuses. I bang my own drum. Some thinks it's noise. I think it's pretty. No, that doesn't go. Yeah. All right. It's the remix. It's supposed to rhyme, Dave. It's the whole point. I really can't remember it. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? No. So what if I love each sparkle and each bangle? So what if I see things from a different angle? Your life's not worth a damn till you can say I am what I am. As the dolphins swim away, clasping their fins to their ears, trying to drown out the pain of Dave singing, said David Attenborough. Well, it might not be the best finish, but it ended better than the song did. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to need to... Oh, we'll do. There's a bit of a patch there, though, Dave. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh. What? What's going on with that? Why won't that? I'm going to have the... What? It's that colour. It's coming back to haunt me. It needs to be dried off and repainted. So, Dave, don't do that, because you just said don't do that. And don't put your fingers underneath it either, Dave. Alright. I can't listen to my own advice. So I'm just going to hold it up from the thing. Look, what is going on with that? I don't like that. It's clearly like got some kind of resist to it. Well, you know what they say, resistance is futile. Well, the Borg do anyway. I don't actually mind the undulation of the background. That's a good word, isn't it? It's a big word for me. I need to dry that bit off and then maybe do another coat on it. I really don't know. It's going to haunt me, this patch. And you watch, it'll be like a darker patch. After I've gone over it all. Oh well, it'll do. It'll do. Only me and you know it's there. Well, me and you, basically you being YouTube, know it's there. Right, I'm going to move that over there. I'm just going to open a can of pop because I'm thirsty. Sorry, I should have clarified. When I said I'm just going to open a can of pop, I didn't mean I was just going to open it. I meant I'm just going to open it and drink some. And now I'm going to get in a terrible mess whilst doing this. And I really want this to be like a nice clean finish. But you know, it's been made by me. I made it. So, oh gosh, just hang on. Just bear with me a second. I'll need to wipe this on something. There we go. It's a bit more colour added to that mat. I did buy myself a new non-stick mat. So it is just one of those baking tray liners. I don't go out and buy these expensive craft mats when they're basically the same thing. They might not be as thick, but they do the same job. It's just like me. I'm a bit thicker than everything else, but I still do the same job. Okay, so that's that. It's still a little bit wet, so I'm going to have to dry it a bit more. But what I'm going to do is... So these are out of my car. So because I was clearing out my car and I thought, no, Dave, you can't put a glove on like that. Oh dear. Honestly, Dave, come on. Now, I'm going to have to dry this, but also endeavour not to melt the glove, which, you know, could happen. I don't know. I don't know whether does vinyl melt. We'll soon find out when I'm at the Burns unit. I mean, I'm laughing, but obviously I'm not laughing. I am laughing, really, but I'm not laughing. What I'm looking for... I'm looking for my... Oh, it's there. The brick. Because then I can dry this off. And it'll be more dry. And the moisture's got somewhere to go. And nobody's going to have melted... because they're not latex, they're... I was going to say Artex, but that's not Artex. What are they? Well, I've just said it. Vinyl. They're vinyl gloves. Oh. Oh. I've turned into a Wookie. I should be so Wookie, 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 Wookie. I should be so Wookie in love. Don't know. Don't ask me. Ask somebody else that knows. Ask a responsible adult, because that's not me. I was just thinking, I'll just feel it and see if it's dry, but you can't feel it. Oh, Dave. I'm just going to keep going until it kind of feels like it's no longer curling. When the moisture... I've sucked all the moisture out of the paper. Yeah, I think that's it. Right, okay. Let's move you out of the way. Put you on the floor. I gave you a name, but I can't remember it, so... the brick, I mean. So, that feels like it might be dry because... Oh, I'm going to have to take a glove off, aren't I? Yeah, that's dry. So, I'll put this back on so that it can keep this nice and clean. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do this like I do the enamel, the enameling that I do. So I'm going to have to cover this. Now I'm just trying to think. I'm going to enamel all of this first, then I'm going to enamel those bits and put them on. But I just want to stop this from curling for a minute. Oh, clearly there's a bit of enameling stuff on there. So I think maybe the best thing to do with this is to cover it in glue. That would be a good idea, Dave. but one that isn't going to blister. So the problem with using these kind of things is they blister when you heat them, and I don't want that blistering. So maybe not glue, maybe I should use some glycerin. So glycerin's a good thing to use when you're doing a large surface area, instead of using one of your pads. I can't show you where they are, well it is because I don't have it. You know, like an embossing pad. Instead of using an embossing pad, you can use glycerin. So, well, you can if you've got a paintbrush, Dave. You just that isn't covered in purple, obviously. Just bear with me a second. Just want something that is soft and big and soft. That goes in the thing. Could I use that? Maybe. Will that go in there? It goes in. Can I get it back out again without losing the sponge? So, no, Davey, this is when you need this back. Come on, Dave, get your act together. Let's put that down like that. Let's move that out of the way for a minute. No, don't put that face down. Right. So I'm just going to go over the surface of this. And I don't have to worry too much about the edges because, like I say, I'm going to be covering it with a border. But scrape it off in there. And I can dip back in there. So this is just vegetable glycerin. But it's just because it stays sticky. And that's all you need, is you need something that's sticky, like a stick. No, you need something that's sticky to stick the embossing powder to. So maybe this wasn't the best thing to use because this is like the cheapest possible one of these brushes. Turn it round. Do the other. It hasn't got any resist to it. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit flimsy. Don't get your fingers all over it, Dave. And if you do, they've got to be on the edges where nobody will see them. You just want a nice even coverage. It doesn't have to be thick. Literally, you're just making it so that the embossing powder will stick to it. You don't want it to be slick, like you just want it to be covered. That's what I'm using the rest of the brush for, is to kind of mop up the extra, this top bit hasn't had much of the glycerin on, so just mopping up all of the extra glycerin. You want to make sure that you've covered it all, so give it a jiggle in the light, a jiggle. Right, this is going to be moved out. No, Dave. If you don't put a lid on it, it's going to go everywhere. Trust me. You want to put your lid on your glycerin. You don't want that everywhere. And then you're going to need something to tip it onto. Tip it onto. I think I went to school with her. Oh, Dave, you think you're funny. That's the problem. Nobody else does. You do. So, I am going to go for this. I think I do have. Oh, yeah, it's there. I have more clear. It's fine. It's all clear. I have the all clear. I've got more clear. So I'm just going to go over with this and see how much surface area I can cover with just this one pot. Cut the tension with an air. No, you could cut the air with the tension. No, you couldn't. I can't do that either, Dave. You could cut. Oh, I don't know. You fill in the blanks. I'm clearly not capable. Trying to cover up all those little extra bits. and the edges. I know that we're not going to see it, but you know, I don't want it to leave it with, like with the glycerin just available, because it's, I don't really like the feel, the texture of glycerin. That's another good reason for wearing gloves. It's a bit odd. Tis a bit odd. Tis. So, knock off. It's a knock off. I'm going to knock off the bits that I don't need, and I'm going to see what's left of this to go back in here. It's a good job I've got some more. Right, we'll move that to one side. We'll get the brick out, trusty brick, and we'll get the heating gun out. Try not to heat the vinyl too much, Dave. You'll soon find out whether it goes all wrinkly, melts to your hand. And now we're just going to melt the embossing powder. You want to go over it. You'll know when it's doing what it needs to do, because it will go clear. So I have asked, I know that I have been asked, I know that some people have not done embossing before, and it will go through a stage of being slightly milky coloured through to being really clear. And that's when you know, once it goes the clear colour, you know that you've done it. You've succeeded. If you are doing it on something like a brick, you might need to hold it up, because the brick is cold and it will slow the embossing down. Don't try and get a perfect, don't try and get it perfect, because it won't ever be perfect. You're going to have like these, like we've got like what looks like little white dots in it. You know, it's never going to be perfect. You're going to get little pockets of air and that sort of thing. And don't overheat it, because it looks a mess when you've overheated it. So literally, once it's gone clear, move on to the next bit. There we go. So that's our background of our stamp. Okay, next, I'll just move you over there. So now I'm going to leave this colour. Well, I would do if she was actually still this colour. You could face that way, couldn't you? You could. I don't like it that way though. Oh, I don't mind about a little speckle here and there. So I'm going to get more of my stuff. Get rid of the grittiness in the background, so I might use my glue book. And I'm going to cover this in glycerin, and this is perfect using something like this. You just want to, you don't want to, especially if you're doing anything like this. Basically, it's going to get a bit wet. You don't want to tear it. So a brush sometimes can be a bit harsh. You just want to brush over a bit with. Oh, sorry, Liz. Me and my friends. We have split up. Sorry, I'm singing a song that I can't remember who it's by and what it's called, but I'm singing a song. It's definitely a song, which is useful, isn't it? You're glad I'm here, aren't you? So, well, if I wasn't here, you'd be looking at a blank page, so a blank screen. So, you are glad I'm here, otherwise people would talk. So. They'll be talking about you. They're going, what's she doing, or he, or they doing, looking at a blank screen? I don't know. It makes sense to me in my head, and you just have to say, yes, Dave, that's lovely. Oh, look, that's lovely, Dave. And just pacify me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Stop doing that. Okay, so that's that bit. Oh, let's move that out. Oh dear. Oh, where's that? Let's get that. So cover this in stuff. It all goes very silent. You can hear that ticking of that clock when she's got something on her nose. I don't want her to have something stuck to her nose. What is that? I don't know, but it needs to go. There. There we go. You know, you can't leave her with something stuck to her nose. I think I'd probably get beheaded for something like that. Treason, isn't it? To deface the Queen or her property. I don't know whether we still behead people, but I don't even know whether it was even taken out of law. It might still be something they could technically do, but they just don't. Let's put that on there. Kind of covered. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm going to put that in there. So far I haven't had any... Oh dear, don't say things like that. I don't say any catastrophes yet, but... Yet. Even see, I'm not that optimistic that I won't. Just yet. Okay, so I might need to hold this one down because I don't want it to blow away. So I'm going to hold it with this little taily bit here. Just trying to make sure it's warm. And then can't really see. It's much harder on white to tell whether it's changing. The colour's changing. You're looking for the colour change in the crystals to go from being that opaque colour to being clear, and it's like I say, it's much harder to tell with a piece of white paper. Oh, yeah, I'm getting a bit smoky. And the bandits. No, just smoky. The smokiness is when you're overheating, but it's because I can't see where I've heated and where I haven't. Oh no, I can now. Just want to need to get through to that little edge bit there. That's it. Try not to stick it to itself because it is sticky while it's wet. Oh, Dave, don't do that. And also try not to touch it because you'll leave a fingerprint in it. There we go. I think that's all done. Yeah. It's kind of like molten wax. That's going to go on there. And then we're going to do the frame as well. So I'll put the brick down for the time being. And again, I'm just going to cover this in glycerin. No, let's use there's me. What's there? I'm just going to cover this in glycerin. And do this. And then I'm going to glue them together, and I might then go over the whole thing again with a bit more glycerin to kind of like unify the whole thing. So I'm just going to go over the whole of the thing, making sure I get all of the cancellation, or whatever this edge is called, perforation. I know it's supposed to look like it's perforated, but I don't know. I don't know that it actually has a technical name, that shape. Barbara, that's what its technical name is. So it is now. You know why? Because I said so. That's why. Right, Dave. Now this is the bit where you could do this. You can put that back on there. Yeah, and put that out of the way because that's going to go everywhere. And move that. Don't put it on top of your pop. I'll just move that back to where I picked it up from, because that travelled far, didn't it? And then put this on here, and then get this, get you. and cover this. I think this has got bits of all sorts in it, but not licorice all sorts, obviously. I want to try and do it all in the same embossing powder because they do vary. So I'd like to try and cover the whole thing in the same thing. But if I can't, I can't. What I might do is I might just take this off here. Just take this off, give it a tap, and then just move that to one side, tip that back into the pot and do it again. Tip it over the thing again. And then pick this back up again and go over the rest of this, just in case I've missed any bits. I'm not too worried. Like I say, there's a few bits where it's got contaminated with other colours and what have you, but I'm not too worried about it. It all adds to the look of it, the aged look of it. Make sure you've got it all, Dave. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do a job well. No, you're gonna do a job right. Do it well. You're glad I'm here to mix up all of the metaphors and the sayings, aren't you? Just to confuse yourself. I'm here to help you to be confused. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. So, right. Where's me brick? It's here. I'll pick this up. So what I might do is I might do this edge, stop, and turn it round. Stop. Hammer time. And hopefully I'll be able to see it this time. I'll be able to see it change. Oh, there you go. I can see it when I've got the light shined. I've got the light in a particular way. I'm not getting in my own light. My mum used to tell me off for that, and my grandma. Can I have my light? You know, when you're working on something and you can't see because somebody stood creating a shadow. Sorry, folks. I just need to concentrate for a little while. I know it's unusual for me to concentrate. Groundbreaking I am. Oh, hang on. I've got brick issues. Oh, actually, that actually works quite well. I think it's just this one side to do now. Yes, it's nearly done. Oh, hang on, no, there's this bit as well. That bit. That's not been done. Along here. Cool, that's that. I think I've done it all. Oh, missed a bit there. You can kind of see where you've missed because it's still matte. Yeah. I think I've done it now. Let's just give it a check, see if I can see any matte bits. There's lots of like holes and things and air bubbles and that sort of thing. That's fine. So I'm going to stick. I might mount it first, and then that means I can then center that better. So I'll put that on there. Make sure it's the right way up, because it just aligns correctly one way and the other way doesn't quite go. I think that's the right way. Yeah, that'll do. So I'm going to use my 3-in-1 because it's kind of a waxy finish sticking to a waxy finish, so I don't want loads of it on it because I don't want it to squeeze out when you press it down, but I equally want it to be stuck down. You know what I mean? It's the Goldilocks effect, isn't it? It's got to be just right. Can't be one or the other. It's got to be just right. Hang on a minute. I've forgotten which way is up. The only way is up, apparently, according to Yaz. But I don't know which way my up is. The only way is up, baby, for you and me now. Who thought I'd be singing that again? Who ever thought that would happen? I used to love that song. I used to dance in nightclubs to that. I still like dancing, don't get me wrong. I'll still dance to it in the house, but I don't think I haven't been to a nightclub for many years. I think I would get turfed out. I'd be like, come on, Grandpa, get out of here. Just stopping it from being quite so bendy. I might have to deploy one of those nice books that I had in the other video to just kind of just plonk it on there, keep it flat for a few minutes while it kind of just dries off. That gives me an opportunity to kind of just put some things away. I know, tidying up. As you should see the floor. I'm definitely not tidying up. Well, you should see the floor. I'd like to be able to see the floor, to be fair. It's missing in action. So, I've got no patience when it comes to things like this. That's clearly not going to have stuck it. Not going to have been stuck down long enough, but that'll do. That's fine. Okay, so I want to put this on. She's not perfect. Perfect for me, you know. Don't tell her I said that. She's not perfect. She is perfect. So, good old Liz. She served us proud. She's looking a bit frail now, though, is Liz. She's sad to see. So, right, I'm going to glue this one down. Oh, come on. Now, I did try Anita's tacky glue to glue 2 bits of heat embossed pieces together, and it didn't work. It was too waxy. It was like trying to glue 2 pieces of plastic together. It just peeled apart. Whereas this I've had more success with. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it did what I wanted it to do. So, and because you can put this on and you can wait for it to be a bit tacky and create a better bond. Obviously, you're going to get a much better bond if the surfaces that you're bonding together are rough, because you've got key. I've got the key, I've got the secret. That's another song I haven't danced to for a long time. But yeah, if you've got a key, then it'll obviously locks together as better. Flip that over. I'm going to put that about there. That'll, you know, a little bit too far that way. No, you'll do. So I'm going to stick that down. Get it in the right place first. And then we're going to get this book on top of it. And hopefully it will dry better. Like that. So let's just give this a bit of a tidy now. I'll put that back over there. You know what I don't like about doing any kind of embossing is like everything just. Oh, Dave. Oh, Dave. The whole point of this was to to weigh it down. Oh, gosh, what have I dropped now? What is that? Oh, it's my. Oh, it's only my phone. Never mind. So. There's no editing though, so like you'll all see that happen. So don't edit. It's the bits that you get from doing embossing that I don't like. It's that whole grittiness that everything. It just leaves it all feeling a bit gritty. I could do with like a mini portable vac up here that I could just hoover it up with. Well, not hoover because then that's a brand name, isn't it, Dave? But to suck it up with. Suck it up, Dave. Suck it up. Put that over there. Okay, so this can come back now. That's my water that needs to go. I'll need to remember that's got water in it, otherwise that will be like pond water next time I see it. That needs to be washed as well. See if we've achieved it. So there we go. It's a little bit. I think she might need to dry a bit more. But and like I say, I think I might go over it a bit with some more embossing powder. I might need to stick her down to something so she stays flat. But it's just not too bad. That's alright. It looks alright. I think it looks alright. I think she looks quite neat. So, the things you can do with a cricket. I mean, like, I used to cut freehand. I used to cut with a scalpel. Intricate stuff like this. I don't do it any more now. Why? You don't have a dog and bark yourself, do you? So, I just do it all on a cricket now. I've got a brother scan and cut as well, and a silhouette cameo. No, silhouette curio. But like I say, got machines to do these things now. So there we go. So we might need to leave her to stick. I might put the book back on her and let her completely adhere. And like I say, I might just go over it with some more. Once it's fully dry, I might go over with some more embossing powder to completely seal it in, so it looks more like one. But there you go. That's what we've done. So yay! I think it looks quite good. And that's going to go obviously in my journal, which is I don't know how long I've been going for. So but this is it's going to go on. It's going to go in this. So I kind of wanted to make sure it wasn't too big, which it isn't. It's fine. It's going to go somewhere inside. It might go inside it. It might go on the side of it. In fact, while I'm just here, I might just cut this down. And I'm not going to do this in this video. I'm going to do this in another video because I want to. There's a bit of where it was stuck to that card. I want to cut that off. But I know that I can cut it down the middle because I need it in 2 halves. So I thought we'd do that now while I was just here. But yeah, so I'm going to have it so it butts up together like this. It'll join, and I'm not going to worry about this raw edge because it'll have a ribbon down it. So there we go. So yeah, this was chosen because it looks a bit red, white and bluey in a kind of, I like it. It's kind of got that kind of Festival of Britain kind of look about it, which was obviously in the 50s, and it was around the time that she was around the time of the coronation. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to take these off now. I've got very sweaty hands now. You didn't need to know that, though, did you? You're not going to be shaking my hand, so just count yourself lucky. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing me through the mania. I'm going to go and wash my brushes now before I forget. I need to keep saying I need to go and wash my brushes, because otherwise I won't wash my brushes, and then I'll come back. This thing will be full of pond water, and primeval slime. And yeah, so anyway, shut up, Dave. I'm going to go. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. My name is Dash of Dave, and you know that I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. So take care of yourselves, folks. Thanks very much for building my subscriber numbers. If you're new here, please give it a like. Please consider subscribing. There is a subscriber draw once I reach 1,000, which I am 103 people away from. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a draw, and anybody that's liked and commented on the video and subscribed on the video regarding that giveaway, I'll put the link in the description. They could win it. So basically, anyway, yeah, you all take care. Thanks very much for hanging out with me for a bit, and I'll see you all in the next video. Love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And big crafty hugs. All right, take care, folks, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye. 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 Bye.